Good morning and welcome to Money as You Grow on the Bookshelf, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau publication. Today we'll be reading My Rows and Piles of Coins by Tolowa M. Molol. For our activity, you will need crayons, a piece of paper, or you can also use markers. We'll begin promptly at 9 a.m. Good morning and welcome to Money as You Grow Bookshelf. My name is Samantha Roth. I am the Scott and Carver University of Minnesota Extension Financial Capability Agent. And Money as You Grow Bookshelf is a publication of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. There's a parent's guides to go with all of them. You can find it on their website with a whole bunch of books that you can read at home with your children. Today we're going to be reading My Rows and Piles of Coins by Tolowa M. Molol. Just a few key concepts to be looking for in the story about a young boy in Tanzania, which is a country in Africa, works hard and saves all his money for months. He wants to buy a bicycle to help his mother carry items to sell at the market. So some of the things you'll notice while we're reading the book is that he is setting goals. So a goal is something you want to do or have. And kids can show this by following a multi-step plan to reach a goal with a little help and encouragement from their parents. Saving is also another thing the book highlights, and that is to save money that costs more money than we have at one time. Saving means putting money aside until we have enough to buy what we want. And kids can do that by keeping money in a safe place and keeping track of the amount of saved for future spending if they are 7 or older. They can also, you can also explain why money saved in a bank or a credit union is still a personal belonging. And the last key concept in this book is self-control. Sometimes we can't have what we want right away and we need to wait. And so we can talk about when you were able to wait and how you were able to do it. So as we're reading the book, just think about those key ideas and how it is portrayed in the book. So by Rows and Piles of Coins by Talola M. Molo, illustrated by E.B. Lewis. It is published by Clarion Books. After a good day at the market, my mother, Yayo, gave me 5 whole 10-cent coins. I gaped at the money until Yayo nudged me. Saruni, what are you waiting for? Go and buy yourself something. So there we see Saruni at the market with his mother, Yayo. I plunged into the market. I saw roasted peanuts, chapati, rice cakes, and sambusa. There were wooden toy trucks, kites, slingshots, and marbles. My heart beat excitedly. I wanted to buy everything, but I clutched my coins tightly in my pocket. So do you see anything at the market you would want to buy? It's like a fun market. Oh, what did we find? At the edge of the market, I stopped. In a neat, sparkling row stood several big new bicycles. One of them was decorated all over with red and blue. That's what I would buy. For some time now, Murat, my father, had been teaching me to ride his big, heavy bicycle. If only I had a bicycle of my own. A gruff voice startled me. What are you looking for, little boy? I turned and bumped into a tall, skinny man who laughed at my confusion. Embarrassed, I hurried back to Yayo. So we see the bike that he wants right here, the red and blue bike. And that's the bicycle dealer talking to him about his bikes. That night, I dropped 5 10-cent coins into my secret money box. It held other 10-cent coins. Yayo had given me for helping with market work on Saturdays. By the dim light of a lantern, I feasted my eyes on the money. I couldn't believe it was all mine. I emptied the box, arranged all the coins in piles, and the piles in rows. Then I counted the coins, and I thought about the bicycle I longed to buy. So we see all of his coins and piles. So what is Sarumi wanting to save his money for? Have you ever wanted to save money for something? Every day after school, when I wasn't helping Yayo to prepare supper, I asked Murat if I could ride his bicycle. He held the bicycle steady while I rode around, my toes barely touching the pedals. Whenever Murat let go, I wobbled, fell off, or crashed into things and among coffee trees. Other children from the neighborhood had a good laugh watching me. Go on, laugh, I thought, sore but determined. Soon I would be like a cheetah on wheels, racing on errands with my very own bicycle. So there we see everybody laughing at him, and here we see him falling on his bike. Has that ever happened to you when you've been learning to ride bike? We've fallen, but it's important to get up and try again, right? So Saturday after Saturday, we took goods to the market piled high on Yayo's head and on my squeaky old wooden wheelbarrow. We sold dry beans and maize and pumpkins, spinach, bananas, firewood, and eggs. My money box grew heavier. I emptied the box, arranged the coins in piles, and the piles in rows. Then I counted the coins and thought about the blue and red bicycle. Are you noticing that his rows and piles of coins are growing and growing? It's pretty exciting to watch that when you're saving money. After several more lessons, Murat let me ride on my own while he shouted instructions. Eyes up, arms straight, keep pedaling, slow down. I enjoyed the breeze on my face, the pedals turning smoothly under my feet, and most of all, Yayo's proud smile as she watched me ride. How surprised she would be to see my new bicycle, and how grateful she would be when I used it to help her on market days. So there we see Sarumi riding his bicycle, his dad's bicycle, actually. The heavy March rains came. The ground became so muddy, nobody went to market. Instead, I helped Yayo with house chores. When it wasn't raining, I helped Mirette on the coffee farm. We pruned the coffee trees and put fallen leaves and twigs around the coffee stems. Whenever I could, I practiced riding Mirette's bicycle. It stopped raining in June, not long after school closed. A harvest fresh maize and peas, sweet potatoes, vegetables, and fruits was so big, we went to market on Saturdays and Wednesdays. My money box grew heavier and heavier. I emptied the box, arranged the coins in piles and the piles in rows. Then I counted the coins and I thought about the bicycle I would buy. A few days later, I grew confident enough to try to ride a loaded bicycle. With Mirette's help, I strapped a giant pumpkin on the carrier behind me. When I attempted to pedal, the bicycle wobbled so dangerously that Mirette alongside me had to grab it. All right, Saruni, the load is too heavy for you, he said, and I got off. Mounting the bicycle to ride back to the house, he sighed wearily, and hard on my bones, which are getting too old for pedaling. I practiced daily with smaller loads, and slowly I learned to ride a loaded bicycle. No more pushing the squeaky old wheelbarrow, I thought. I would ride with my load tall and proud on my bicycle, just like Mirette. On the first Saturday after school opened in July, we went to market as usual. Late in the afternoon, after selling all we had, Yayo sat talking with another trader. I set off into the crowd. I wore an old coat Mirette had handed down to me for chilly July days like today. My precious coins were wrapped in various bundles inside the oversized pockets of the coat. I must be the richest boy in the world, I thought, feeling like a king. I can buy anything. The tall, skinny man was polishing bicycles as I came up. I want to buy a bicycle, I said, and brought out my bundles of coins. The man whistled in wonder as I unwrapped the money carefully on his table. How many coins have you got there? Proudly, I told him, 305. 305, he muttered. That's 30 shillings and 50 cents. He exploded with laughter. A whole bicycle for 30 shillings and 50 cents? His laugh followed me as I walked away with my bundles of coins, deeply disappointed. On our way home, Yayo asked what was wrong. I had to tell her everything. You saved all your money for a bicycle to help me, she asked. I could tell she was amazed and touched. How nice of you. As for the tall, skinny man, she scoffed. Oi, what does he know? Of course you will buy a bicycle. One day you will. Her kind words did not cheer me. The next afternoon, the sound of a picky filled the air. Tuk, 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 tuk. I came out of the house and stared in astonishment. Mirette was perched on an orange motorbike. He cut the engine and dismounted. Then, chuckling at my excited questions about the picky, he headed into the house. When Mirette came out, Yayo was with him and he was wheeling his bicycle. I want to sell you this for 30 shillings and 50 cents. He winked at me. Surprised, I stared at Mirette. How did he know about my secret money box? I hadn't told him anything. Then suddenly I realized the wonderful thing that had just happened. My bicycle. I have my very own bicycle, I said. And then it didn't matter at all that it wasn't decorated with red and blue. Within moments, I had brought Mirette my money box. So we see him standing beside his bicycle and his money box in his parents' hands. Mirette gave Yayo the box. Yayo in turn gave it to me. Puzzled, I looked from Yayo to Moret and to Yayo again. You're giving it back to me? Yayo smiled. It's a reward for all your help to us. Thank you, I cried gleefully. The next Saturday, my load sat tall and proud on my bicycle, which I walked importantly to market. I wasn't riding it because Yayo could have never kept up. Looking over at Yayo, I wished she didn't have to carry such a big load on her head. If only I had a cart to pull behind my bicycle, I thought. I could lighten her load. That night, I emptied the box and arranged all the coins in piles and the piles in rows. Then I counted the coins and thought about the cart I would buy. So just a note from the author, the money in the story is Tanzanian currency of the early 1960s, and that's the time of the story and his childhood in northern Tanzania. A 10-cent coin was thick and red with a hole in the middle, and it was a significant bit of money then. 10 10-cent coins or 100 cents made up 1 shilling, a silver coin. 8 shillings were roughly equal to $1. Though bikes didn't cost as much then as they do now, at 150 to 500 shillings, they were still too expensive for many Tanzanians to buy for recreation or for the children. A family might own a bicycle to be used for work and for essential transportation. That's still the case in Tanzania today, particularly in rural areas. So there might have been a few words in the book that you haven't heard before, and the author explains what they are. So the first one was chapati, which is a fried flat round bread made from layered rolled dough, and that is Swahili. Moretti, among the Arusha Maasai, every child before it is born is designated as a younger version of an older family member, so a parent, grandparent, uncle, or aunt. The child calls his family member Moretti, a term of affection. In the story, Saruni is the younger version of his father. And oi is an exasperated or dismissive expression. Piki piki is a motorbike or a motorcycle. Sambusa is a little triangular sealed pouch of dough stuffed with spiced vegetables, meat, or both, and deep fried. And you should really try sambusa, they're delicious. Saruni is a boy's name, and tuk 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 is the sound of an engine, and Yayo is mother in Maasai. So that was My Rows and Piles of Coins by Tolola M. Mulol. So as we were reading the books, we learned that Surumi was having a savings goal. So something our children could do to reach their own savings goal is to make themselves a little chart. And so if you've ever seen fundraisers, sometimes they have the thermometers that go up and up and up, and then there's a star at the top. So I just put Sam's goal on top because my name is Sam. And I made my star so that when I reach my goal, I can color it in. And I just made a little rectangle. And then I started putting in dollar amounts. So I did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And so you'll just keep going up, try to keep them about the same distance away. If you're really particular, you can get out a ruler and go ahead and go for it and make them all the exact same. I like to wing things. So I'm trying to save about $50. And so what would happen is that I would find a safe place to keep my money. So in the story with Surumi, he keeps his in a secret money box. You think that is a safe place for money? And if you had money, where would you keep it? So $50 is quite a bit, especially if I'm 4. So I'm not 4. So you might want to start with something smaller. So maybe we do a $10 goal because we want a new toy. And so we could do $1, $2, $3, $4. So it's kind of however much you want to do. So as we start to meet our goals and put it away in our safe spot for keeping, so that could be a piggy bank, that could be a money box, that could be in our safe at home, that could be in the bank or credit union in our savings account. We're just going to start coloring in. So if I was able to save up $5, I would get to color all of this in. And now if I saved up $7, I could go over just a little bit. I know that was 7. And then I got $8. I could do a little bit more. So every time I put money in, I can just go up and up and up until I get to the star. This whole thing would be colored in. So that is one way for your children to be able to visually see a money goal and be able to plan on how to do it. So the other activity is we have to learn self-control in our lives. And Sarumi learned about that by waiting. And so another activity we can do is to sing a song. This is great for ages 3 to 4, and it's a good way to take your mind off of waiting. So the song is sung to the tune of Frere Jacques. So it is, everybody ready? I am waiting for my turn, for my turn. I am very patient, I am very patient. I can wait, I can wait. Please join me this time. I am waiting for my turn, for my turn. I am very patient, I am very patient. I can wait, I can wait. So this song is great if you're waiting in a line as the children are saving up money. If they are wanting a toy or something and they're not able to have it, they can sing the song and remind themselves about self-control. So it's a great way to use it for in a variety of settings. So thank you for joining me for Money as You Grow Bookshelf with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Please join me next week. I look forward to seeing you then. Have a wonderful day.